We appreciate everyone that tuning in here on January 20th, Martin Luther King birthday. Teacher, every one of you guys, thank you so much that have been following Chief Apostle Sammy the June. I have had a full day today. I want to say, first of all, thank you to Kingmaker for having a conversation with me today. As you're notified that I'm live, if this is your first time in my live, I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATR. Those are the African traditional religions by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. Those that have been following me, you know that I am still detoxing from the medicine that they were on, but I am feeling so much better. I'm actually feeling like myself as this medicine gets out of my system. I want to say hello to Jeremy. Look like my Chris is in here, from Philadelphia, and also my baby Scorpio. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, this is a very personal time in my life that I have been transparent about what I've been going through and what I have been dealing with, and I've yet continuously. What's up, Demetrius? There is my Ryan in the house. What I am very thankful for people that are actually listening to my teaching, that are really a part of my platform, that are understanding what it is to be a leader in real time, utilizing a conjure. Right now, I'm burning my healing incense. I'm burning also my ancestor incense. I don't have a product out there for available for you that I do not use. If you see it on my website, it is something that I use. And so I hope that melanated people all around this world that watch Apostle Ely have been watching me for a while. It is different. When you really know somebody believe in what they believe in is when their own life is on the line. And what I hope that you are seeing, that I really believe in my conjure, that I really believe in my egon, that I really believe in my Nkisi, I really believe in my spirituality, because it is bringing me through, because I was authentic and real from the beginning. I hope that many of you guys that are watching me in real time overcome my own personal plight, I like to say my own poisoning of my system. Thank you, Demetrius, for letting these people know that this is a monetized channel. I want to say personally, thank you again for Monique stepping in, even as a married woman, after she going through the things she went through with me on the road. But she, even though my son chose not to be there, she was there. She got me to my appointments. She got me to get the stuff that I said I needed to get done. And now I am tomorrow. My doctor will be able to finalize and fax over my disability claim to get that started tomorrow. And that's all because she heard me, she listened to me, and she got me there. Um, I am a proactive person. I don't wait till something happens and then try to make a move. That's, to me, that's responsive. If you know you got something to do, is that my Karen O'Brien? Yeah, that's my Karen O'Brien. Sister Monique, those 2 days ran me around to get all the stuff that I need. I told my son that I need to get done. He did not come, but she did. And so therefore I thank you. And I'm going to keep thanking you, because I would not be in the position I'm in today, even though she felt like, she said, well, I just drove you around as a, you know, when you help a man of God, the same thing when I say the concept about giving the cake to the prophet or giving that. That matters. Obedience is always, y'all hear me. Obedience is better than sacrifice. When my spirits were telling me to get out of the hospital, they guided me out of the hospital. I got in my car as much of high as I was on. They got me from Orlando. My Eagles took care of me and got me to Port St. Lucie, where Sister Monique took me to my dad's. When I got back, Sister Monique left. Sister Tronda came and picked me up. I want y'all to understand why obedience is better. She brought me back to the church. I was able to finish up my altars because my altars and my etar was about Oba giving me health. Come on here, somebody. I want to explain to y'all in real time. When you spiritual, you cannot listen to non-spiritual people. When people are in situations and circumstances, they can tell you all day long they believe in God. But if you're not being guided, the Bible says, lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge God. And the Bible says he will direct your path. Through even what I was going through, I was allowing my ego, my spirit, to guide me and direct me. And as they directed me, everything worked out. When Monique originally got there, I realized that I could not go to Lauderdale that day. So we went to my job. Everybody, when I got to my job, my management, my spirit, my supervisor team did all the work. All I had to do was sit down and be there to affirm that I was present. They did all the work. He typed up everything. He printed out everything. I didn't have to do anything. He talked to the supervisor. He put my vacation in, and my center manager probably was in Fort Pierce. He, in real time, he was approving my vacation. Every vacation I had left, he approved it. That got done right on the spot. And let me tell y'all what happened. When she took me to H&R Block, I did not know, because they had just opened the office, I did not know the same lady that did my taxes was actually there. When I got there, sat down, he told me, he asked me what I was there for. I showed him my paperwork. He said, oh, she's here. I said, oh, she is? He said, let me get her, and you could go back and talk with her. So when I got back there to talk to her, I told her what happened, and I told her that I did not receive my check for 2024 because of my address. I had some property, and they sent it to my not my old job, but some property I own, and the property got sold, and so they sent the check back to IRS. That lady filed the paperwork right in front of me. I didn't know what she was doing. And then when she got done, she said, sign. She said, you're going to get your money. She said, nah, I'm going to tell you, you're going to get it right away. She said, but you're going to get your money. She said, and this is what you need to sign. She said, I already sent it to IRS. I said, you already sent it to IRS? She said, yeah, I already emailed it to IRS. But these are your copies. So if anything goes on, you have this as a reference. She redid all of my, she gave me a new folder. She put that in. I said, well, how much? She said, ain't no cost. Just like that. Just like that. Because when you obey God and you let God direct your path. So after we left there, I said, I had to do the H&R Block, my taxes, not my taxes. Then I had to do my cert. Then when she took me to my doctor, right? So I told her in the car, I said, first of all, I said, when we get in here, I said, we're going to utilize um, them filling out the paperwork for my workers, my, hold on, y'all, to fill out my paper for my short-term disability. So I said, but we're gonna, I'm gonna use that to get in the door. I said, well, when I get there, I'm gonna tell them about this medicine, right? So she, okay. So they let us up. We got to the doctor's office. That's when we found out from the very receptionist that was sitting there taking information what her experience was with St. Orlando Regional Hospital. And she said that she had a bad experience, how they treated her there. What I'm trying to show y'all, all that day I was getting confirmation and the synchronicity was moving in my favor. Even though I was in recovery, even though I was up on the influence of medicine, even though I was trying to detox my body, in real time because of obedience and being directed. So um, she said, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this form over. She said, and she asked me the fax number. I said, all he got to do. She said, well, he does virtual on Monday, but he physically in the building on Tuesday. So it'll probably be done for Tuesday. I say that's fine, as long as he got the paperwork, he faxed it over. They say they cool with that. So I got that done, and I was able to address the prednisone that they had given me, how, and I told them that they had up the dosage to 80 milligrams. This is what I'm telling you guys. Imagine what I'm going through right now if they had gave me a second dose of that 80 milligrams of that prednisone. My God. When I tell you about being moved, when the spirit tell you to move and not listening, that's why I've always been that person. When people, I be like, don't tell me what the doctor say. I don't want to hear what the Lord say, because my job is to communicate with the spirit. When you're coming and you're giving a report, the doctor is doing his job. The lawyer is doing his job. The judge is doing their job. If you are a spiritual man, what is the report of the Lord or Egon giving you? Do you understand? If you can't have my outcomes, you can't have my turnarounds when you're not an obedient person to your ancestors. This is why I tell you about taking care of your ancestors before anything happens. Be good to them. Take care of them already. So if something pop off, you're going to be the first person they defend. You're going to be the first person that they give an enlightenment to or give guidance to. A lot of y'all want to take care of your echoes while something is happening. You want to take care of your echoes after you done made a decision. That ain't how I work. I take care of them. Those that look out for me, I venerate, I take care of them. That's what I teach, what I exhibit. I tell people all the time. If this is not your mindset, I can assure you why you don't get the turnarounds you get. So the next day, when Monique took me to Sawgrass, to the place I need to go. So I was able to do my business. I was able to get, that's why you see the picture of Oba and how beautiful it is, because I had already saw what I need to get. So all of you that got your Haitian Voodoo membership, that's when you saw that big crystal. I had purchased that crystal to amplify the workings of that particular elixir that I had took my time to energize, to empower, and now I got a 16 kilogram of quartz crystal being baptized with that elixir. Within, just say 7 days from now. Oh my God. What kind of energy? I was talking to Demetrius about it. He said, man, I could feel the energy off of the picture. Like, this is wow. So what I want y'all to take is, I'm a leader. I am a captain. I am an elder that in real time showing you how to fly a plane through a storm. In real time showing you how to navigate waters in your life. In real time teaching you how to ride a terrain that it may be rocky, but it's durable. In real time, how to weather your storms. Not lip service. You watching me in real time overcome my own situation. So at this juncture of time, you should be able to say, this man not only know what he talking about, he living this in real time. I'm still doing conjure for people. I'm still breaking yokes. Our next project is already on the website. To those, now, if you're a crown in a reach of faith, then you can give offerings to the Orishas in my church. If you have a membership in Orisha faith, in my membership, you as a devotee, you can give offerings. But what I offer, because the energy is still in the building, I have those that want to be fumigated, and you can use any incense of choice, right? Say for instance, you want to be fumigated with Blockbuster, or you want to be fumigated with money incense. You have a full hour of fumigation. Now you can take break, because I told y'all, I'm not. If you can't take smoke, you can leave. You can leave out in increments. But you got a full hour of fumigation for $1,000 of whatever. It can be reversal. Now that's, my reversal really strong. That's a. But you might feel like you need that kind of yoke destroying. You can do. You can be fumigated with guardian angel incense. Any of my incense that I offer for just $1,000 in the atmosphere of the Orishas. I want you to really let that sink in your head. You're going to be able to sit for a full hour in the atmosphere of Oba, St. Lazarus, Obatala, Iligba, Ochosi, Oya, Oshun, the Medjis, and my ancestor altar, and Okun, and I forgot, and Olokun that's here. The Orisha Oshumare or Osumare, Yemija, and Ogun, and Shango, that's a lot of power that you are sitting there getting fumigated in the atmosphere. I do this for my people. I'm showing you, if you're in the Florida area, or you feel like you can fly to be here for an hour to get your cleansing or your fumigation done, all you got to go is order that. Because remember, it's by appointments only. You got to have an appointment, so I'll know where I'm at, because I'm going to start traveling soon. I want y'all to really think about, I am giving you all different types of ways to get you some help. You have no reason as a melanated man or woman, initiated or non-initiated, not to get you some help. All you got to do is get your money right. So that's the next thing I got accomplished, because of handling business, while I'm still going through my recovery. If I'm not showing you a true believer in my craft and my abilities, I don't know what else who out here doing what I'm doing, who out here accomplishing in the midst of a trial, in the midst of a situation, and still getting stuff done. If that's not phenomenal to you, show me Anybody in your bloodline can do it. Show me you can do it. Show me when you face with a situation, you still getting stuff done. Come on here, somebody. I think that deserves a round of applause. I know God is moving in my life. So I wanted to do a tutorial regarding divine order when it comes to your ancestral line and why it matters. And so I'm going to use my ancestry line to give you understanding what I mean. So those that have been in church world, been in the Bible, you know that ancestry, we heard about the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, in that distinct order. That's what I mean by divine order. In order to operate something, you must know the order of the egum, right? It's like Elisha had to utilize the God of Elijah to activate the mantle. When he said, by the God of Elijah, he got manifestation. He can say by the God of Elisha, because you are utilizing somebody else's ache. I don't know why black people feel like you can get somebody else's energy, chi, prana, and do what you want to. Acknowledging not only God, but acknowledging the egum. Now, in my situation, I am a matriarchal individual. I am born of a triad. So what that means is there's three spirits whereby which I operate. I've told you many times my power comes from a woman. So it is my grandmother, my mother, then me. Normally in my mother's bloodline, I would have been born a female. When my mother made it with my father, that's why I really like the movie Charm. When Wyatt was born, they said something's happened. So what took place? Because Piper's was supposed to have a daughter. That's kind of like my scenario. That's why my crownings are all female, right? But by my father being the person that made it with my mother was a natural born necromancer, which allowed me to become who I am. My father, I gained a lot of my father's gift. I didn't know this right away, so this is all hindsight right now. So my setup is I'm matriarch through these three spirits. That's where I get my other gifts from. But my other gifts come from my father's side, right? So I end up being born male. So, that's why I explain to people, I'm a man, but I am matriarchal because I understand my dynamics. Same thing concept with Wyatt with the movie Charm. So when I honor my egums, I know to honor the egum because my grandmother's passed, but my mother's still living. What people don't understand, you can't get past your foundation. So dishonoring your mother or your father shuts the door on a lot of things for you. So this is why I tell people, I don't care if you agree with her, because I don't agree with everything my mama do. That ain't got nothing to do with respect. So when I was going through my Misa, remember I told you guys, my mother was the last spirit that gave me her blessing. My grandmother came through, my eggons that came through, and my father had came through. But my mother eventually came through because she still had to sanction me. I don't care what you're going through in life. I need y'all to understand that. There is a divine succession. A lot of y'all think that you can bypass ancestry. That's why I say, I don't care how many times you read in the Bible, it say the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in that distinct order. So when my mother did give me her blessing, then everything moved forward. This is why, but this is why I tell you guys about when you doing ancestry and you keep talking about, well, I don't get along with my mom. You don't have to, but you still got to respect it. I don't get along with my daddy, but you still got to respect it because you can't move forward unless you get a blessing. Okay? So I went through that and my mom eventually blessed me, and that's why I'm where I am. In spite of her disagreements with stuff, she still gave me her blessing. Okay? So then what happened? So what I was trying to explain to my children, I got 3 sons. What I was trying to explain to them, how things are set up in our bloodline. So I got my eldest son, I got my middle son, and my third son. Their real power comes through my bloodline, right? The only child that is close and actually deals with my mother and my grandmother and all of those people on that side is my eldest son. But he can't get past any of them. Now, what I mean by that is my mother is 68 years old. If she already taught me as young her spirituality. She's not going to teach my children, her grandchildren, her spirituality. She's not going to do it. She already taught it to me. So what happened was my spiritual dad, me and my mom was in cemetery, and he was there to actually, people had did conjure to try to block my grandmother's spirit. I'm telling you some personal stuff. So it was me and my mom in a cemetery. Once he got my grandmother free of that conjure, because they had 4 black birds with stuck their head down in her grave. Somebody came out there and did the work. So he got past all of that. My grandmother comes up, right? And I'm standing here. My mom's standing here, and I'm standing here. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. My mom's standing here. I'm standing here. My grandmother comes up through her grave. She comes up. She walks up to me. At the time, I'm not knowing what is happening. So I was like, Mama, you feel that? And she's like, no. So my grandmother comes up to me. So I lean back because all the heat was like really strong. And I leaned back. I was standing up, but I leaned back because it was all in my face. I didn't know at the time she was giving me some of her ache, right? That is the only reason why my mom cannot block my magic. Because her mother, that day, gave me her Ache. It doesn't remove my mother from where she is, but my mother would be able to block my work if she disagreed with it, because it's my grandmother, then her, then me. That's the divine order of our triune. All three of us together, we can accomplish anything. But in that situation, she saw down the road when my mother was going to try to run interception with me, with my growth. So she decided that day while we were in the cemetery to give me her Ache and her blessing, which would override my mother. Only reason why my mother cannot block me to this very day is because of what my grandmother's spirit did to me in that cemetery. You can't override your parents. My grandmother did not give me power to hurt my mother, block my mother. She gave me power to not be blocked by my mother. When she left that day, I did not know that's what she gave me. All I knew is what I felt, not knowing what was happening in real time. So, the reason I brought that up, I want you to understand why she can't do it. And that's what she mad about. Because before, she can block my sister, but she can't block me. You see what I'm saying? So, once that took place, and I was around 18. I was 18 at that time. That's why she's been so upset, because she don't understand what happened that day. And she know she can do her thing with me, but it can't block me. So I've been able to keep, I can get frustrated, but I've been able to keep moving forward because of my grandmother's blessing on my life. So what I'm telling you all, divine succession matters. It's like with the situation happened in the Bible where Ephraim and Manasseh, how Isaac had to cross his hands to undo what was done previously. My grandmother made sure that my journey could not be blocked by her daughter. I could not do that because I was in succession. When you have divine order, somebody higher than you can correct something. Isaac at that point was in position to correct it with Manasseh and Ephraim, because he knew what had been done with him and his brother. You see what I'm saying? When things get all kilter in your ancestry, it takes somebody of a higher position to do that correction. You up on the divine order, you can't correct that. Somebody, another ancestor, got to correct that. Okay? So I'm just giving you a spiel. So give you understanding with me. That's why people be trying to mess with me. First of all, my mother's not nothing to be played with. I would never take any credit from my mom's spiritual ability, because she is who she is. That's why I'm who I am. But my grandmother is better than my mom. The only reason why I'm stronger than my grandmother and my ancestry is because I was chosen to take the family ancestry to another level. I did not know I was going to be receiving old China, all this other stuff. All I knew, I was told when I was a kid, I was going to have all these powers. That's all I knew. I've been hearing that all my life. When you get older, you're going to have all these powers. Not knowing that it was going to be happening to me in my 50s. That's why I tell y'all about prophecy. You don't know when certain things are going to be fulfilled. So what has happened is, when I had children, I had my eldest son. He's my mom's really pick. She love her, say she love everybody saying, but my eldest son is her pick. Okay? And then her eldest, my sister's eldest daughter. Both of them my mom's pick. She won't say it, she won't admit it. She love everybody saying, but everybody, anyway. So when my kids came along, it's Trey, it's Josh, and it's Elijah. All of their families have been only family that has not been in competition with my family and my bloodline and my background is my eldest son's mother. She always just wanted to be have a baby in our family. To say that, oh, I got a baby by one of them in the family. And it was me. They've never tried to act like they was more powerful or more whatever, right? But my other two kids, my middle child and my third child, they families were always trying to make like they were more anointed, more powerful. So remember, these are people in the church. So before I get into any in depth of why divine order matters, I want you to understand the background. This is coming in talking about the anointing and holiness, and I'm an apostle. I'm a chief. This is the background. So in the church world, everybody got something to prove. So my first situation, me and my ex-wife, because of the fact that I was in love with her, I wanted her to meet my spiritual dad, right? I'm not knowing she gonna do what she did when she got there. But I took her and she brought Josh, he was a baby, to meet him. When she got in there, she was all smiles and giggles. But I did not know when this girl got her, she was like, oh, he's trying to read me and this and that there. And I want to let him get in my spirit. I'm like, I was in real time really shocked because he meant something to me. And because you somebody I love, I'm introducing you to my spiritual dad. When I tell you that when that girl got back, oh, he tried to see who my mama is. I didn't even know she was going to respond like that. If I knew she was going to respond like that, I would never took her. But that's hindsight. I took her when she got in the car and she was talking about all the stuff that she was, I shut down everything. I'm like, we were supposed to be taking our son, to see my spiritual dad. I thought that was supposed to be something special. This is when I married a woman that's 9 years older than me. I'm 19, she 29. That's what happened to me. So throughout our relationship, she was throwing up, oh, my mama shut him down. My mama do that. This is kind of behavior that I was dealing with while my son's still growing up. They tried to make my relationship with my spiritual dad sexual. Like when I tell you church folks, when people trying to be holy then thou and all that, they can really corrupt relationships. And so she was going around telling people in the church world that my mother was trying to kill her. She failed to explain to people that when you met my mother for the first time, you told my mother you were Sagittarius. I want y'all to remember this. She was Sagittarius talking to a Virgo. She told my mother these words. She said, I don't want nothing black, and I don't want nothing making less than $75,000 a year. That's what she told my mother. What mother on planet Earth gonna ever like that one? My mama said, well, he goddamn show black. So she said, if that's what you want, what do you want with my son? Oh, I'm just saying that. Why would my mother like you when you already an older woman and you gonna tell her that you want nothing black, and she looking at her son as a black bone? You don't want nothing black, and you don't want nothing making less than $75,000, and he 19. Why would you tell somebody like I'm trying to tell you the mentality of my first wife with my mom? And because my family was spiritual and they had this legacy about voodoo over them, she went around telling everybody my mom was trying to kill her. And I told her, if my mom wanted your ass dead, you would be gone. But nonetheless, her mom was a pastor, and that's the thing. And I'm going to tell you another thing happened. Josh is not the first child we had together. Josh is actually the third child that we had. I'm telling y'all about how I had to endure a lot of crap when it came down to stuff that my son didn't even know because he was a child growing. They were going around and saying, because she was having miscarriages, and they were going around in church was saying she was having miscarriages because she was having a baby with a demon. They were calling me a demon at the time. When the real truth was, she had already had previous abortions. And her body would get to a certain point and it would start aborting the baby. And the reason why Josh is living right now is because she had to have a surgery that sewed up her inside so she could not abort the baby. And then we also had a baby after Joshua born. So we have 2 kids. My first child son that I had with her that was a preemie is we buried it. The second was a girl that her body threw. The third was Josh, and then the fourth was another girl. So because of her lifestyle lived before she ever met me, remember she's 9 years older than me, of her abortions, it jeopardized her body where her body was automatically aborting the kids. But in the church world, they were saying, because her mom was a pastor, and she trying to give an explanation why her daughter keep throwing these babies. Oh, he a demon. He do that. They do that voodoo over there. Because you ain't want to. And so her mom ended up finding, because after I found out, because I was sitting in the doctor office, that's how I found out in real time that she had all these abortions. And so I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, they out here telling me that I'm a demon, and that's why the babies are born. When this girl don't sit up here and had all these abortions, I didn't know. So what happened was, my wife's mom was chastising the person I told. And she said, how you gonna talk about me when your daughter had all these abortions? And she had abortion. And that's when her mom found out that her daughter had all them abortions. But she had been spreading all through the church that the reason why the abortion was going on was because I was a demon and voodoo and witchcraft. I've been through it. When I tell you that for me to still be in the church arena, it's a miracle by itself. I must be chosen but I'm telling y'all, when people lifestyle want to be hid, they will always hide behind sorcery or stuff. So the truth of the matter is, she's still living to the day. That means, and she used to say, I was trying to kill her. If I wanted her ass gone, she'd have been gone. Only reason why she breathing in, breathing out is because of my son. And that's the real truth. But talking about I'm doing something to you to do conjure, that has been her scapegoat with everything, with everybody, till it got old. Somebody always talking about, oh, she prophesying that I'm trying to kill her. The another thing she used to tell my son that I couldn't afford to take care of her, take care of him because I was putting on. And when that day that my son asked me to see my paycheck, I didn't know. I was like, that's an odd request. He said, Dad, can I see your paycheck? And I said, okay. I went and got my paycheck, put it in front of him. So he dropped his head. So I said, no, you're going to tell me what's going on, why you need to. She said, he said, my mom told me you can afford to take care of me and you make way more money than she do. This is the kind of shit I was dealing with in real time, trying to raise him. Her bullshit, her lies, her trying to compete because she's Sagittarius. I try not to do me. Even down to getting to church. I have never had to redo my church because I didn't pay the fees, the annual fees that every church got to pay for. And the reason why she got people on her church is because they got to help her afford her church. The people on my church do not pay nothing. I pay everything. That's why I can take you off or leave you on because you ain't paying nothing no way. I don't need people to pay for my church. I've always excelled her. I've always had more than her. She ain't never owned shit. She didn't even know when I got divorced, I hired a private investigator. And what all that she was talking about, what she was doing in California, I had all kind of information that she ain't own shit. I knew people she was staying with. I knew everything because I have money. I come from money. I don't do all that talking. But I said that to say this. She raised him to cater to her family. But his power comes from his dad. His ability to excel from spiritual. She didn't want him around my mom and the real people that gonna really give him his spirituality. This is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. Y'all like to claim ownership of children when a child is made of two people. That's not wisdom. And so therefore, he don't understand. He has always been a puppet and a tool to her to draw men. She used to say, oh, if they mess with she messed with Josh, Sam coming. Even when she was getting into it with other people and other stuff, she always used Josh as the bait to pull me because I got the power. And I was trying to explain that, and I got to a point, I ain't explaining not a damn thing else to him. I done tried to get you open your eyes as a Pisces. You don't want to see it? Fine. You gonna cash in on your own lesson. I ain't giving you no more free class. So my point is, when you don't understand where your real power come from, when your real source come from, then you forget how can you pay homage or honor to a egoon when you dissing that egoon, when you dissing your father, who is your channel into this magical world. You can't get past me. I'm the door. Trey can't get past me. Josh can't get past me. Elijah. So, same thing happened with me at 25 with my second son. That's why his name is Elijah, Elisha, Eli. because it's all about competition. Church people, male or female, all about outdoing somebody. So I told when I did find out when I was with them, they were driving around me and showing me their house. They were driving around me showing me property. I'm trying to give y'all some really good insight. So they showing me all this property that they own. And I said, when I realized in real time they were trying to impress me, I said, you could have, if that's what you're trying to do, you could have told me that. And I could have told you, y'all, you ain't got enough property. I say, my family got all kind of property, investment property, all up and down the coast of South Florida. Y'all ain't got that kind of money. If I done knew you were trying to impress me, you can't impress me with power because I come from power. You can't impress me with shotgun. The mama had told me, she said, this house used to be a shotgun house, and I received a settlement from Duval County, and that's why we was able to add on to the house the way we did because because of the lawsuit, they were able to add on 6 rooms to the house. And which is no problem, but that's not impressive to me when we got all kind of big houses in our family. You know, my Uncle Horace got bigger houses than this. You know what I'm saying? When somebody out your class and you trying to impress them, and if I'd have knew that was your intention, I could have saved you a lot of time. So it's always been now. My third son got to be more powerful than my first son and my second son. That's the mentality of my third wife now. Who's stronger, who more anointed, all of that. So that's the bullshit I done had to deal with my especially my middle son and my last son. But this is the thing. My kids got to understand, I'm the succession. If you don't show honor to my people, which is my grandmother and my mother, you can't access Egun. If you don't show honor to me, you can't access your real spiritual nature. I'm the door. And the matter of fact that you are dishonoring me and you're not looking out for me, how far you really think your spirituality is gonna go? Not very far. So when I look at people, I want y'all to take from this, how is your ancestry divinely set up and why it matters? Just like He-Man, when Adam wanted to turn to He-Man, he said by the power of what? Grayskull. When She-Ra when Adora wanted to turn into She-Ra, she got to say for the honor of Grayskull because that is their source of power. That's where it comes from. So if you don't know, and my kids do, if you don't know which Egon allows you to have the Ache, but that's why you honor that Egon. That's why when I'm doing certain work, I'm always mentioning certain people in my working. When you get into Ocha or Santeria or Lakumi, they're gonna ask you to mention your Egons. These are the spirits that are in your spiritual court, and you have to know who in your spiritual court. And when I was receiving Oba, I only mentioned a few spirits in my spiritual court because I don't know these people, and I'm not. Now I mentioned my Egons in front of my Padrino because he crowned me. But anybody else, I'm not gonna mention. I might mention some of them because I have to mention, but I'm not. And normally I would mention 2 of my Egun, and I was just I would say Egun because my Egun knew what I'm talking about. Because I'm not going to give you the names of my Egun. That's why your spiritual book matters because a lot of that stuff is written in your spiritual book. That's why you hold your spiritual book like you would hold your medical records, your social security number, anything that's how sacred that is to you. Everybody should not be in it, and everybody should not have access there. That's how important that is. So, wow, so powerful. But I'm a very extraterrestrial, powerful being. So it matters what egons I release. That's why it's a big deal for those that have the Haitian Voodoo membership, because you're dealing with my guardians. It don't get no higher than that. Now in my world that I live, having my Orisha membership, having my Apollo, like that is very powerful and significant in itself. But for you guys to see in real time of somebody getting victory, getting healed, being detoxed, but able to manifest, like you should be proud. You should be proud that you're a part of this. You should be proud to witness this in real time, because I'm being very transparent. And to the point, I'm sharing you some of my makeup, why I'm able to do what I do. My powers come from a lot of spaces and places. Why I'm able to do what I'm able to do. Why I'm able to talk the trash I'm able to talk and then turn around and back it up. So the number one, I tell you guys, I came from a powerful dynasty. My people ain't nothing to be like played up. We ain't talking about a lot of stuff people out here doing. That's why I told you, I've always purchased from warehouses, not retail, because my family always owned. My mom, every house and apartment we ever lived in was owned by my grandmother. Me and my mother was never, even before my sister came, my mother was never working on nobody's job for us to have a place to stay. Every time we moved was because my grandma bought another house and she moved my mom in. Me and my mom was never under the threat of getting evicted. My mama don't know nothing about that. When my mama was in beauty school, getting her cosmetology license, my grandmother took the other side of her convenience store and structured it into a beauty salon. And my grandma had micro furniture from the front, and she paid for it cash out of her pocket. That's how my mama came up. When my mom was getting dogged by my sister dad, my grandma went down to the car lot and bought my mother a brand new car, a Camaro sports car, T-top. I never forget it. It had glass top. She bought off the showcase. My mom ain't never lived no, like a lot of life that y'all live. My mother ain't never lived that life. And my reason why my mom nickname is what it is, because my grandmother's brother paid for my mom to get out of the hospital. And he told me, that's his goddamn baby. Well, he ain't told me. He told my grandma, that's his goddamn baby because he paid for it. And my mom's, my grandmother's brother had more money than she did. So my mom walk around here like she done lived. She could have got anything from my grandmother she wanted, or my grandmother brother. Just like I can walk around here and go to one of my uncles and get money from. That's what I'm used to. That's why I told people, I want them to kiss your ass for a dollar bill when I ain't even gonna kiss the people in my family ass for a month. I got one uncle, he younger than me. He walking around with over $600,000 in his account. Like that's what family got. And I won't kiss his ass for a nickel, a penny, or a dollar. When I tell you I don't live these other people's lives, I'm not exaggerating. When I tell you I'm doing this for you, because my life is already set. If you want to know the real truth, if I did absolutely nothing with my life, I was gonna always have somewhere to go and something to ride in. I just wouldn't have the control because somebody would be paying for it. But if I ain't did nothing with my life, I was gonna always have. And that's a butt naked truth. It's just that I want to be independent and be my own man. That's why I do what I do. I earn my own way in my family. That's why they got the respect for me. Because I didn't sit around and just look for a handout or do this for me because I'm my mama's child. My uncles them got 18 wheelers. Right now, they got trucks, businesses. Right now. That's why he told Josh, my other uncle, if he had told me, he said, me and which would have been two of my uncles, they would have came down there. One would have got my car and drove it back, and I'd have went with the other. That's what kind of family I got. I don't need none of y'all fuckers. I just don't like to bother my family. But if I needed help, they the one got the money. They the one got the means. When I call for roadside assistance, the truth of the matter is, I could call one of my uncles. But I called because I got membership. If I got broke down on the road right now, I got an uncle can put my car in a trailer and bring me home. I got a cousin got that kind of equipment. They build houses in my family. That's what they doing. I don't need this shit. That's why I look at these people like, who y'all think you're talking to? And I say to my children, who in your on your mama's side got and can do what my family can do? Like, there's no comparison. My son can't, he ain't got nobody in his mama family that can outmatch the wealth of my family right now. And they ain't even full glory no more. My second wife, ain't nobody in their family got that kind of money. Ain't nobody. Ain't got that kind of resources. I know how all of them make their money. And to their own. I told my son, your mama's a paralegal. I make more money than her. What is you talking about? There's nothing to put down because it's not nothing factual. My mama car been paid off. I don't want paid it off. Cash. My mama won't for nothing. Your mama still gotta get out here and work at her at 60, cause I'm 52, so she 9 years older than me. So she's 61 or 62. My mama ain't gotta do shit. And the way I'm set up right now, I ain't gotta do it either. And I'm 52. Your mama 9 years older than me. And she still gotta get out here and get it. And if she died there tomorrow, she ain't got nothing to leave you because she don't own shit. I'm the only one of your parents that own shit. My sons, especially my middle son and my baby son, they live in a delusion about. I told my third son, your uncles them sell drugs and they live in trailers. How are you trying to compare the families together when they live in trailers and y'all rent houses? How is it the same? My son ended up working for Piper. He got 3.8 GPA, and you ain't in college with that all that smart. So that's neither here nor there. I'm just trying to tell you the stuff crazy stuff I had to deal with my kids is crazy. I everything I do, oh, he coming over here to flex, he coming to show off. That's how I'm perceived. Bitch, I'm a sage. I'm a dress like this. I'm a be me. This ain't extra. This is why. You understand? I don't get my clothes out of Goodwill. Huh? I drop shit off to Goodwill. You know what I'm saying? I live like this for real. And I ain't to let nobody demean who I am and what I am and trying to make that I'm trying to shine on nobody. If you either got it or you don't got it. So that's the stuff I have to continue with my children. But y'all, divine order, if you want the fumigation, you have to set an appointment. It has to be paid over the website. It has to be appointment set up because once I get through going through all this and get my rest of my orders done, I already posted. If you are interested in meeting me in Orlando and you want gray yard work done or any of my services on my website done, and you want to meet me to perform those workings, get your orders in. And so I will meet anybody wherever they need to be, long as they're purchasing the services. If there's enough people purchasing services. Are you doing readings tonight? Oh, yeah, I can do read. Do I have my phone? Yes, I can do readings. As long as I $20 readings. Hell, I can do instant burn. I can do anything tonight because I'm at the church. Only reason I don't I left the phone. You would have to pay through PayPal because I don't have Cash App. So I keep trying to tell y'all, I'm not limited. I can do whatever I need to do. I'm just getting over medicine. You know, the coughing and all that is due to the medicine. Once it's completed, and you can tell I'm getting better and better every day because I'm constantly flushing myself. Your Cash App working? No, my cat. They for whatever reason they shut my Cash App down. So don't unless you got you can Zelle it to me if you got my number um on my Zelle account. If you got my phone number, you can Zelle the money to me. I'll be able to see it come out across the stream. You can do it that way. But you can go to the website and I'll get it. But if you have my actual um digit, you can Zelle me money. And I get it that way. It'll show me. It should go come right across my screen. One thing I'm gonna do is fix it to make sure I get my money. A lot of y'all got a lot of excuses. What's gonna happen this year? Everything I told you about getting stuff done before January 20th, you got every excuse in the world. You're gonna see me constantly excel, 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 and then your loss. Keish, you done enough through my website. If you ain't got your sales set up, then you got to go through the website. I can do your reading. It's not a big deal. One thing I keep telling to y'all, what y'all learn about me, do not. I made everything simplified to not be complicated. Don't come to my establishment complicating what is simplified. If you want to send me money through the website, you can. If you want to send it through Zelle, you can. If you can't do it those ways, then you can't send me money. That means I can't do business. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee. That which in the dark bringeth the light of my eyes concerning Keish the Scorpio. Keish the Scorpio. What is it that this Scorpio needs to focus on? What is it this Scorpio needs to focus on? Scorpio, your shadow comes up to listening to your soul, your inner voice. It says, "None mem mem. The whispers of my soul and divine counsel of the light are heard loud and clear. I know what I have to do, and I am willing and prepared to do what it takes to get it done." This card is saying your focus should be on getting shit done. That means putting first thing first. In other words, I will tell y'all, if you take care of God's business, God take care of all of y'all that want to be spiritual. If you don't learn and start practicing or putting spirituality first in your life, you're going to struggle in life. This card talking about listening to your soul, listening to the count, and it says that you are willing and prepared to do what it takes. And one of the things you got done was getting your Voodoo membership, but it's still indicating at this point that you got stuff to do. It says thoughts into action. It's your middle card. Mem Bet Hey. It says I now reunite the upper and lower worlds through the power of this name. By bringing these two realms together, I find courage and commitment, these two energies, to accomplish my goals and achieve my dream. So in other words, Keish, your courage and your commitment is what's going to allow you to accomplish your goals. It said, my thoughts become actualized and my best ideas are transformed. This is Scorpio energy. It said, my best ideas, my business, all of that are transformed into what? Action. If you not, everything you should be doing from now on should be moving you in the direction of manifestation. It said then to concrete results. That means a definite outcome. Your outcome card says freedom. Freedom. It says Mem Zadak Resh. It said, I prepare the balance and harmony that fills all creation, especially in hardships, challenges, and tests that I must face throughout life. This means this is what's going to come through in your lifetime. It ain't got nothing to do with devil, trial. You got to get rid of all of that Christian shit. There are certain things you need to have to go through, but this says this. With the power of this name, I arise with the strength to pass all these tests and to rise to higher levels of being and to gain the joy and fulfillment of accomplishing true self-transformation. I unlock the change of ego and achieve freedom. All these cards are saying, if you get off your ass and do what you're supposed to do and stop looking to be reassured from the left, the north, the south, that's your problem. You over assess and you make something a problem that ain't a problem. All you got to do is keep moving forward into the direction of what you're going after, and it will manifest itself. You are in a perfect position for manifestation. The only person can fuck this up is you. That's my interpretation of the cards. You have no reason to be worried. You have no reason to be stressful, because anything that's happening and anything coming in your life is because it's meant to come in your life. As long as you keep persisting and doing what you need to do, they're going to take care and manifest for you. I don't know what else to tell you to make it simple. Anything you invest in your spirituality, you're going to get that back. That your money should not even be a word to you. Getting that money should be what's on your mind. Your money should be on your mind. Your mind should be on your money. Your money should be on your mind. Your mind should be on your money. That's all you need to be thinking about. How you going to make your next bread? How you going to get your business going? And nobody going to keep, you're not a child. This is what I be telling y'all about. Y'all want to do adult things and then y'all want to have kids. If my grandma said, once you start fucking, you grown. If you want to be a child, you should have kept it to baby dolls. You should have kept it to 100. Once you start fucking, you grown. Once you start doing adult things, you grown. If you want to stay a child and you want to be pampered and all that, you should do what children do. That when you come out here in life and dealing with life situation, you need to handle that as a grown-ass woman or a grown-ass man. If you ain't trying to do that, then what is you doing? All this over here is grown people stuff. I told you I don't do cheering church. I don't do none of that shit. I don't tell nobody how to raise their kids, because that ain't my job. What I talk to is grown people that relate to what I got going on. If you ain't trying to do none of that, my teacher can't help you. But this is a good read for you. And my thing is, the only doubt is in yourself. It's not because the spirit is not moving. Ain't got nothing to do with it. Family don't sleep on anything. I'm trying to tell you. I am doing y'all such a favor. And I'm talking about you ain't got to be rich to do this. But that's why when I say I get ready to move on, I'm not gonna feel sorry for nobody, because all you had to do is follow instruction, and you would have got in. Let me tell y'all something. If you thought I was real before, you would have seen a whole nother version of me. I'm 52. I done been through some stuff. And it's from 51 to 52. I don't got time. If I ever gonna enjoy my life and my magic, I'm gonna do it now. If you ain't serious about culture, you ain't really about getting your shit together, you ain't serious about getting a hold of some real money, and that's what I told you, your mentality ain't gonna change because of a presidency. Your mentality gonna change because you want your mind to change. You ain't gonna change because you gay. It ain't gonna change because you straight. It ain't gonna change because you bi. It ain't gonna change because you get an education. It ain't gonna change because you don't have an education. My uncle that I talk about that my mom, that made more money than my grandmother, had a third grade education. He had millions. He had a third grade education. So I know from my personal, even though I went to school and went to college, I know it ain't about college. I remember somebody talking about, oh, you can't even write a letter. He said, but I got enough he said, I got enough motherfucking money for y'all smart bitches to do it for me. How you gonna argue with that? I can't read, but I pay a bitch to read for me. He never allowed his education, his limited education, to stop him from being successful. That's my point of telling y'all. People can have handicaps and still end up more successful than you. When a woman with no legs, no, wait a minute, no arms, that's what she didn't have arms. When a woman with no arms can change her own baby diaper, bitch, you don't have an excuse. When there's a woman breathing in and breathing out on earth that don't have have arms, take her legs and change her baby's diaper, then what is your excuse? But you lazy. That's it. There was a lady in our community. She ain't had no legs, but she kept a man. What's your excuse? You got every reason up under the sun. But there are people out here that got handicaps, physical, knowledgeable handicaps, and they're not allowing it to stop them from enjoying their life. What's your excuse? You cannot understand the level of my gratitude because I said to divine, I'm 52 years of age, and right now this is all I have to continue with. Lord, I thank you. I was in a Mr. Mario situation where he got kidney failure, heart failure. I ain't got none of that. And look what you did for him. Lord, I thank you. That only thing I'm continuing with is a blood disorder at 52. No swelling, no heartaches. And when it comes down to my glasses, it just put my glasses on. But that's the extent. And look what I look like after everything I went through. This is what y'all seeing in real time. How you can't be proud of that? That this is the man I'm listening to. This is the man I'm following. Because he actually believe in this and he actually live this and he actually getting results that bringing him the type of outcome he get. To God be the glory. And I'm still putting what's happening on my enemy's ass. So while you around here looking for a weak link or that, it ain't that kind of party. And I ain't in a rush to go nowhere. Cause I'm good. I'm trying to teach you how to get to your weather place. So when you get to an age or a situation like this, you can be able to call your own shots. If this ain't what you want, I ain't got nothing else to offer you. Cause I'm not gonna live in poverty. I'm not gonna live in distress. I'm not gonna live in chaos. I'm gonna work my ego, and my ego is gonna work me. Cause energy out, energy in. I hope what I said tonight, shared tonight, you understand it come from a real place and somebody actually doing what they're doing. If I ain't worth investing into, you might well leave me now. If I'm not worth to put $10,000 in or to $5,000, you you don't know a winner when you see one. That's as they say in racing horse. You can't pick a winner if it's your life depended on it. If you don't see me as a winner and put your money on, I don't know what else to show you. But I can show you and tell you, I'm gonna still get what God got for me, whether you do it or not. And that's what everybody's seeing in real time right now. That's from my members in my church. That's from my family. That's from my children. That's from anybody's bystanding in real time. Apostle Ely is still handling business. He's still getting the victory. What your life look like after the storm? This is what I look like after the storm. I think I look pretty damn good. I think I feel pretty damn good. And I'm cleaning myself because I'm going to get these fuckers. And Sister Monique already got me a lawyer so I can deal with this mouth practice that they did to my body. You learn, you watching in real time me handling my business. I ain't had no control of that medicine. But now I know what time it is. I ain't putting that shit in my body. And ain't nobody finna put me in that predicament no more. And I mean, when I say nobody, that's my children, my mama, and my doctors. Because my body don't belong to you. My body belong to God. And when you get me my 6 pint of blood that I need for a refill, then I'm gonna go in there and get like a good vampire and get my blood. I ain't got no problem with that. I told y'all I was a child of Cynthia anyway. She's a vampire. Thank you. I'll talk to y'all later.